A lovely season, isn't it?
And you've got some tips on how we can go about not getting audited. They're pretty straightforward tips, but so many people just think, oh, they just won't mind if I don't include this little bit of income.
Yeah, reporting income seems to be the whole point of doing the tax return.
Really?
Right?
Yes.
The one thing that people neglect to realize is you may have 4 or 5 T4s out there, as well as some other traditional, typical tax slips that the issuer sends a copy to the CRA.
Oh, the government gets it also.
They do. When you file your taxes, you have to file by April 30th, and then, you know, time goes on and the rest of life happens. The CRA goes back and does a matching program, usually August, September, October, and they literally will match up all those slips they have to the ones you've reported on your tax return. If you're missing one, they catch you.
And in all seriousness, there are people who say, oh, well, I didn't really do my taxes last year. I didn't have time, so I'll just do them next year. Like, what? Yeah. That's a flag, is it not?
It can be, because depending on what your history has been with the CRA, especially if you've owed money in the past, you know, the CRA will want to keep up on things like that. But it's just maintaining this consistent record with them. If you owe money and you don't file, you're automatically going to get hit with a 5% late filing penalty, plus you get charged 1% for the outstanding balance for every month the balance is outstanding.
Wow.
Why would you want to give the government any more money than you need to?
Yeah, and here's the deal. Audits happen. Audits happen to good people.
They do.
Good people keep their paperwork.
I hope they do.
That's the hard part.
Keeping the paperwork, the challenge there is, okay, I kept it for the year, I got the letter back from the government, everything is fine, so I should be able to just throw it away. Wrong. Keep it for 7 years. 7
years, that's the magic number.
It's a time frame that the CRA typically can go back 3 years. If they suspect anything interesting, fraud, or anything like that, they'll go back the 7 years.
And if you give them the big shoulder shrug, oops, I don't have my paperwork, then what happens? You
lose whatever that credit was, and you have to deal with the consequences then.
Yikes, that's scary. Large expenses.
This one here's a little, it's common and it's interesting. So, you know what, every year your kids get the, you know, they go to the dentist, they get glasses, you know, and you're spending about $2,500 in medical expenses, nothing unusual. You know what, 1 year comes along and you hit the major dental work that you're into the tens of thousands. The minute you make an increase of that amount, that is a flag.
Right.
You know what, it's such an easy thing to deal with. When the CRA sends you the letter that says, hey, we want to look at those expenses, you kept your receipts, you just send them a copy and everything's fine.
And everything's fine. It might take time, but everything's fine because
you have to follow the letter. You have to, first of all, open the envelope.
That's the biggie. I just had this happen to me because I'm a single parent, first time ever having to claim child care benefits or whatever it is. I don't even know what the term is. And they said, you know, we need this document and this document and this document. I kept it, thank goodness, and I sent it in, and it took a significant amount of time, and then they sent me the congratulations, everything's fine, we appreciate you taking the time, and then gave me my tax refund.
Exactly.
8 months later.
But that's the thing. Read the letter, open it, read it, and follow it. You have 30 days to comply. And I'll tell you, if you do not comply within that 30 days, there's a really good chance that next year you're going to get another letter.
Right. So good to know. We've only got 30 seconds left, so let's go with the Twitter contact that you were having from a BT viewer.
Yeah.
Mama 4.
Mom of 4, and she has the kids part-time and wants to know what kind of things to claim. The biggest challenge here is, if either parent is paying child support, you can't claim the children as dependents.
Right.
But if that's not the case and you're sharing the children equally, then either parent can claim one of the children as an eligible dependent, which is about a $1,500 tax savings. The parent that has primary care and custody, which even though they're sharing, there's one that will have primary care and custody.
51%.
Right. You can claim all 4 of the children as for the child amount. But if you wanted to let your spouse claim them as well, you have to have an agreement between you. Don't forget, fitness credit for all of the activities, arts credits for like the arts and scouts and lessons. Childcare, you can claim childcare for the period of time the children are with you, not for the whole year, because they're not with you the whole year.
Interesting stuff. And you can be reached at the website. More information, hnrblock.ca. Cleo, thank you.
Thank you.
Sage advice. Some of it pretty standard, but others, you know what? First and foremost, open the envelope.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of it, because it might actually
be good news.
It could be good news. Thank you so much for this. We're just coming up on 5 to 9, wrapping up BT with a final look at your weather right after this.